Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another episode of Kita News where we talk about everything otaku. So in this video, we're going to be focusing on one topic today because I think it's a huge one, and I'm pretty sure you guys have heard the news already. I know I'm a little late on this, but I wanted to take some time and, write a script and, talk about my feelings about this. But for those who don't know, Cygames and Nintendo announced that they will be releasing the final chapter of the main story for their mobile game, Dragalia Lost, on July 2022. Now, they also announced after the release of their main chapter, their final main chapter, on a later date, they will be ending the game's service. Also, as of March 31st, 2022, the game will not receive any new content updates aside from the main campaign and some certain quests. So basically what that means is that they're not going to be adding in new events, not going to be adding any new characters. So again, just the main story chapter and possibly certain quests, meaning like dailies, I'm assuming. Now, I personally don't play the game anymore, but man, it feels like I really lost something here. Dragalia Lost was actually a really fun game. I think the story was actually really good. It has a lot of amazing characters, design-wise and, personality-wise. Again, the gameplay I thought was pretty fun for what it was. And of course, the banger soundtrack was, I think, something what attracted a lot of fans. If you aren't familiar with the game, it was a pretty fun action RPG game, and you basically just move around your characters, fighting against like dragons or other types of monsters, and of course you use skills and stuff like that with your characters to fight against or counter against those enemies because weaknesses and stuff like that. But it was definitely something that was really fun to play with friends because it did have co-op. So now let's talk about exactly why Dragalia Lost is coming to a close. And I think it's no secret, money. Dragalia Lost hasn't really been bringing in enough revenue when it comes to downloads and of course the gacha. I'm not sure about Cygames, but I know for a fact Nintendo likes money. And when they see one of their products isn't bringing in the cash, then of course they would decide that, hey, let's pull the plug on that. Now, I want to talk about some things that I believe might have also contributed to the downfall of the game. I'm not sure about you guys, but personally, I haven't really seen enough promotion. Like, there's just a lack of promotion for the game after the release of it. And I do believe this is on Nintendo because they are the official publisher of the game. Cygames is the one behind the game, meaning that they're making it, they're developing it and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it was Nintendo's fault for not promoting the game enough. I mean, even when they do promote the game, it's like, what, one video on their YouTube channel like every 6 months, maybe even longer. So yeah, that's not enough in my opinion. Like, they weren't releasing any trailers, they weren't promoting it with like stuff on their social media kind of thing. So yeah, I do believe as a publisher, you have the right to promote your game. I also believe that an anime adaptation would have been pretty cool for Dragalia Lost. I mean, it's been 4 years since its release, and I thought, you know what, this game actually has really nice character designs that would fit really well in an anime adaptation. They actually have a pretty solid story that would fit in an anime adaptation. So I thought that was something that they missed. That was definitely a missed opportunity for them to do. An anime adaptation probably would have helped promote the game a lot, but that never happened. Now, you guys are also probably wondering why I quit the game. Well, to be really honest with you guys, I actually lost my account. I broke my phone, and I couldn't bind my account. I forgot to bind my account at the time. And yeah, I just didn't really have the motivation to rebuild my account, so I just ended up not playing it anymore. Also, I do believe the game is pretty grindy. I mean, it's Cygames. Cygames is known for really grindy games. Grand Blue Fantasy, Princess Connect, Uma Musume, their latest hit. So yeah, I think eventually I would have dropped it just because how grindy the game was. But again, that doesn't change the fact that I really enjoyed the game. This is just my personal opinion and probably a hot take for some of you. But I do believe that if Side Games was the one publishing and developing it, and Nintendo just helping them out a little bit, like just backing them up in some way, I feel like Dragalia Lost would have been successful, and I truly believe that. Like, Side Games is just really good at promoting their own games and giving back to their fans, and again, making really fun gameplay. Like, I really hope both Nintendo and Side Games don't drop Dragalia Lost completely. Like, I actually know Side Games wouldn't, because they love to add characters from their other titles to their current titles, kind of thing. I mean, Rage of Bahamut, Grand Blue Fantasy, and then Princess Connect, Grand Blue Fantasy, Shadowverse, Rage of Bahamut, kind of thing. Like, they always bring in characters from their past games, or they just collab with each other, basically. And yeah, I do believe Side Games could still do that, but it's Nintendo that I'm really worried about. Like, I do believe Dragalia Lost has potential to become a really awesome console game, and I do think it would be great for the Nintendo Switch. Like, when I first saw Dragalia Lost, it really reminded me of a game that I used to really play and enjoy, and that game is Sega's 7th Dragon 2020 for the PSP. The title did receive multiple sequels for the Nintendo DS and 3DS, and those were fun as well. I think those are sleeper games, definitely, for the 3DS. Of course, for the PSP as well for 2020. And again, I think Dragalia Lost has really amazing characters and a good story that also has a really solid gameplay system. And I think it's a really good potential for console games. And again, for the Nintendo Switch. Heck, they can even just change the gameplay from hack and slash or action RPG to like turn-based, and I think that would still be successful. Like, hopefully Nintendo sees that Dragalia Lost still has potential to become a successful IP, but again, it's Nintendo, so it's really hard to say. But yeah, it really sucks to see that Dragalia Lost is coming to an end, and again, I feel like it's just a waste to see these characters disappear all of a sudden. So I really hope Side Games and Nintendo figure out a way how to keep these characters alive, the title itself alive. And again, I really do think that a console game would be pretty cool. Like, I'm not sure if they're thinking about it or anything like that, but yeah, I do believe Dragalia Lost still has potential. And yeah, if they promote it correctly, if they do everything correctly, I think again Dragalia Lost would have been successful. So in a way, again, this is just my opinion. I do blame Nintendo a little bit because I haven't really seen them push the game at all. So yeah, it just again really sucks to see Dragalia Lost go. But comment down below and tell me if you guys are very sad about Dragalia Lost going. Do you still play the game? And would you want to see, a successor after the end of the mobile game? Comment down below and tell me. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.